Hi, this is Brooks Wackerman from Bad Religion, and you are checking in with The Grind on PunkRadioCast.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Grind on PunkRadioCast.com. We have an individual here. This is Brooks from Bad Religion. How the hell are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing very well. It's nice to be back in Calgary.
Oh yeah, it's been a little while, but we always appreciate when you guys come back.
Yeah, we love Canada. Go Canada.
How has the Warped Tour been this year? Do you guys find that there's a whole new scene of kids that are coming in and experiencing Bad Religion?
Always, yeah, and that's one of the perks of doing this tour is kids that may have heard the band's name but never the music, gives them a good chance to hear us in a live setting. And it's just very different than a headlining tour as far as the mix of bands on this tour. So yeah, that's one of the perks of this tour.
Excellent. If you had to pick a place on this tour that's been the best day for you personally, where has that been? And don't say here.
I know that.
It's the easy answer.
I'm sure every musician has said Calgary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to say Calgary.
Good.
I'm gonna say the last show that we played in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah. Just a couple days ago.
Something magical, for some reason. I can't explain.
Sometimes you just don't have to explain.
I think the Muso stars were aligned.
Most excellent. Now I understand there's talks of a new Bad Religion album in the next year or so.
Yes.
What would you care to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, well, we finished this tour in about a week, and then we go down to Australia and New Zealand with No Effects in September, and then when we come back from that tour, we're going to start pre-production on the next record. So it's in the very, very early stages right now, and we have bits and pieces of songs, but so there'll definitely be a 2010 release, but we just have to write the goddamn record.
Just to find the time.
Yeah.
How would you say that the new material is shaping up compared to the most recent release or some of the other in your back history?
It's honestly too early to tell, just because no songs have really materialized yet. I mean, we just have ideas. Yeah, so it's hard to say what direction, but I definitely think it'll be more on the rawer side. I'll be curious to see what direction. I mean, I don't even think we know until we actually get into pre-production and the studio and
stuff down.
Because what we do at rehearsal, it could totally change by the time that we go into recording. So
do you find that happens a lot of times, that you'll come in with some material and then between the members within the band, you just really rework something and create something new?
Sure. It depends on the song. I mean, some songs are more rehearsed and more,
laid out.
Yeah, laid out, and then other songs, may have been rehearsed where we just take it to a whole new level or direction.
Now, being in Bad Religion, it's a band that it's formed within itself. It's a band almost as a brand. How have you seen music, maybe not even just punk music, but music in general? I mean, we're now facing a lot more digital downloads, and a lot of the major record labels are looking at a new way to deal with things. What have you witnessed in your time with Bad Religion?
Well, luckily with this band, I mean, we have such a devoted, loyal fan base. Doesn't really matter if we're not played on the radio or we're not on MTV. We still have our people that come to our shows. So, we're fortunate enough to not depend on those avenues. But yeah, I mean, you can't deny it. There's a lot of change, and even we're getting more creative with how we release our product. We had a deluxe edition on New Maps of Hell that was released last year, which included a DVD and some bonus material. So yeah, I think it's good and bad. It's a little harder for a new band that's not established, but on the flip side of that, you can open up a MySpace page and sell your music there. So there's definitely pros and cons.
As a musician now, playing with a family, I'm sure, how has that affected touring life and just the band in general? I mean, everyone has their own thing that they need to be doing as well as the band.
As far as
before, when everyone was a little bit younger and they were just getting into it.
Yeah, we're old guys now.
Do you find that a really big challenge, or is it just scheduling, just a lot of juggling?
Yeah, I mean, this band does not tour as much as, say, a new band on the Warped Tour, obviously. But yeah, it's always. I mean, the hardest thing I could speak on behalf of the band. The hardest thing is to be away from our loved ones. So, besides the Warped Tour, which is a 2-month tour for us, we usually don't go out longer than a month. So, yeah, and I have a wife at home, and yeah, that's definitely the hardest part. But if we're gone longer than a month, luckily there's airports and transportation. So
most definitely.
Yeah, bring the kids out.
Excellent. So who is catching your ear these days, music-wise? Any bands that you think that you would recommend?
On the Warped Tour, or just in general?
In general, be it new bands or older bands that people might not be exposed to.
Gosh. Well, I'll just name off what I've been listening to lately. Really into the Kings of Leon.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm a huge Killers fan. Radiohead, Tool. There's a band on this tour called the Dirty Heads, which is kind of a hip-hop Beastie Boys-ish band that's really good from California. Another band called Tat that's on this tour.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, the list kind of goes on. My musical interest is really broad. So, I mean, I love punk music, but I also love reggae too. You
have to listen to all sorts of stuff to be able to be a more worldly individual.
There you go.
One last quick question: are you touring with Poor Habit when you're going down to Australia? What do you think of those guys? They're friends of the show.
Yeah, honestly, I've heard great things about them, but I have not heard their music. But a couple of the other guys in the band have. So I'm curious to see what they're made of, and they're going to get initiated on tour. That's all I can say.
All right.